Dwain Woode. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health and your life, avoid complications, and go to the next level. We're creating that life we've always wanted, and we are living limitless lives. Hey, I am right now at this time at the end of the first leg of our fast for this week, and we are now 24 hours into the fast. As you know, we do a fast once a week. And those of you who are here, those of you who have been fasting with us over the last 24 hours, kudos to you. Congratulations on making it this far. Those of you who have been watching and finally you put your toe in there and you jumped in and you are right now completing this fast, that is a momentous task and is a great milestone that you've done, and it shows that you're willing to do what it takes to be healthy, that you're willing to put in the time and to take charge of your health. Remember, as we talk about limitless living, it is that we're not allowing anything from outside or anything from inside to prevent us from doing what we need to do. We are showing up with our best selves, our best health, and our best plans. And so this just shows that you are willing and you are capable of taking charge of your health and doing the things that you need to do to be successful. So once again, kudos to you, streamers, balloons, and rockets, and confetti and noisemakers and all that. Yeah. Congratulations for making it this far. Those of you who are now getting ready to go into a fast, so you're doing it with me on day 2, right? So you're on the second leg. Let's go ahead. Let's do it. If you've been thinking about it, if you came today and you're like, well, I think I'll do it today, this is the day. This is the day for you as we start the second leg of our fast as we move into the next 24 hours, which will put us at 48 hours. So if you're going to do this with us, go ahead and put a 2 in the comments. And yesterday we started the fast, and you saw what I ate to get into that fast, the last meal. If you didn't see that, go back and watch that. It was a salad that had some grilled chicken on it, dressing, and what else did we have in there? I think we had some chickpeas. It was from one of our local restaurants here in town. So whatever you're eating as your last meal, make sure that it's in keeping with those balanced bites ideas. So whole foods, minimize processing, no added sugar, lean protein, healthy fats, starchy, non-starchy vegetables, appropriate portion size, and it needs to be flavorful. So if you're doing that, go ahead and put 2 in the comments because you're doing day number 2 as we are right now. And I look forward to walking this path with you as you move into the next 24 hours. And for those of you who are still, you're saying, okay, I'm going to do this on day number 3, go ahead and put 3 in the comments as well. I forgot to tell those who did day 1 to put a 1. So day 1 is 1, day 2 is 2, and day 3 is 3. Those of you who are going tomorrow, we're going to start the fast as we get into the final leg and head to day 72 hours. So what are we doing? If you're just jumping on and you are seeing us for the first time, I'm not quite sure, somebody invited you, this just happened to come up on your feed. So this is a space where we work on metabolism. So metabolism is that thing that the body does when it converts food to energy. And dysfunctional metabolism, when there's a problem along that process, when there is something, some hiccup, some bump, some lump, something that happens that doesn't, so Steve, I'm jumping in, says he made avocado cheese. So thanks for coming by, Steve. So whenever there's a problem in the metabolism, then we get what we call those chronic diseases in the metabolic space: high blood pressure, high cholesterol, prediabetes, diabetes, obesity, polycystic ovarian syndrome, even some cancers that are predisposed to for people who have metabolic syndrome, coronary artery disease, heart attack, strokes, peripheral artery disease, and on and on and on. And then not to mention the complications, so blindness, retinopathy, nephropathy, neuropathy, and all the things that go along with that as well are the things that we talk about when we're in this space. And the process that we're walking through, the Limitless Living Health Action Plan, is with the idea of reversing all of that, improving all of that, preventing progression to that, getting off of medications that are currently treating that, decreasing your complications and decreasing your risk of getting into those spaces. And that's what we're doing here on the channel. And the tools that we're using, the tools that we're working through, are with the intention of giving you the power, empowering you as the person who is living with this or who is interested in your health, empowering you to do what you need to do so that those complications, those diseases don't happen, and you can reverse them and minimize them. Okay, so that's where you are. And one of the most powerful tools that we use in the Health Action Plan is the tool of fasting. And so you've joined us now in the process of going through fasting. So I do a fast once a week. And as you heard me say, there are community members, there are people out there who are joining us for different phases of the fast, day 1, day 2, or day 3, or people who are doing the entire fast with us. But the goal is to improve our insulin levels, to reduce our sugar intake, and to suppress our appetite. Those are the 3 pillars of reversing diabetes, but they really are also pillars for all the things that we see in the metabolic space. Later, well, I shouldn't say later this year, but I was going to say later this year, but in 2026, we're doing a few things that I'm excited about in terms of talking about the systems that we have, the broken systems that we have, and how to fix that. Over the course of this year so far, we've spent time talking to different groups about broken metabolism, dysfunctional metabolism, limitless living, the concept of limitless living, which is even broader than our metabolic improvements that we're getting and the benefits that we're seeing there. Because remember, the Health Action Plan is really the functional health arm of limitless living. So there are other aspects of limitless living that come into play, and that's why when we did the on our Dwain Woode MD Live, when we walked through the domains of health, those domains of health were solidly based and solidly situated within limitless living. And then we got to the Health Action Plan, which is now focusing specifically on the health aspect of limitless living. And so that's what we're doing. We're walking through that process. So once again, if you are day 1, if you did day 1, kudos to you. Congratulations for making it. If you are starting day 2 right now, go ahead and put 2 in the comments. If you're going to be doing day 3, put 3. And then, of course, if you're doing the total fast, go ahead and put a T in that in the comments there. I am currently at 24 hours and moving into the next phase, the next 24 hours. Today, my alarms were going off. My Libre, I wear, as you know, I've got I think this side is the Libre and this side is the Dexcom. So they both were, well, no, I think the Dexcom wasn't going up, but Libre kept going off saying that my blood sugar was below 70. And I had a little bit of a headache, so I am now working on making sure that I'm hydrated because I did not do that earlier today. And just was feeling a little out of sorts as I was getting ready to head into the lunch hour. And of course, you know, as part of the whole fasting, when you are in fasting, when you're used to fasting, you've gotten used to it, it's in your system now, it's in your calendar, it's a part of your structure. The things that tend to push your buttons really are not the hunger pangs that come from the body itself. Particularly based on the things that you ate getting into the fast. It is the heat model. Remember, habits, emotions, actions, and taste. So the habits that we get into. And so when I'm at work and I see my team, so it's noon, and I see my team get up and they go to the break room, they go downstairs to get their lunch, and then they're in our conference room. And so my brain is saying, oh, it's time to eat. Not because the body's doing something, but because the brain is now saying, hey, we're in that scheduled time. So habits. And then, of course, emotions. Now, last night, I did a pretty good job. I came home and I got to bed. I went to bed. There were so many things that my brain kept saying, I got to do. I was like, look, I've got to deal with this. If I'm going to continue to be successful, if I'm continue to be able to do the things I do, I got to get into bed. So I got in bed and so got some good rest last night. We'll talk more about that on our show later this evening. And so habits, emotions, of course, access. And so there were some things, as you know, I've got some chocolate at the house. And so I put them in the bag and I brought them and I gave them away. Gave it away to some other people. Okay. And then, of course, taste. So habits, emotions, access, and taste. And so we remember what things taste like, and so you see commercials, or you're scrolling through your phone and something will pop up, or some things that you may not even have eaten before, and you're like, oh man, I like how that looks, or I like how they cook that, or I like that must taste good. And so now our brain is starting to play those tricks on us as we move through this space. And so those are really the places where people will find themselves having the challenges, is the habits, emotions, access, and taste. And we'll come back and we'll do giving a preview. We will be going through the HEAT model again, because it is proving for a lot of people to be the place where they've got to spend a lot of time kind of working through the process. On our show on Monday at Dwain Woode MD Live, we talked about how do we go from the theory to practicality? How do we go from the learning? How do we go from the education to actually boots on the ground, where we're actually doing the things? And it had to do with the person that we're becoming, the person that we're developing. Limitless Living, as you see the logo and as you hear me talking about it, at the bottom it says powered by the new you, powered by the new you. And it is really the us that gives the power, that infuses Limitless Living with its profound impact as we're moving through the process. It is the actions, it is the person that we are developing into, the mindset changes that we're getting. All of that is what drives, it is the engine that supports Limitless Living. Okay, so powered by the new you, not the old person, not the old one that was defeated, not the old one that had lack self-confidence, not the old person that didn't think that they had the ability to do things and go beyond where they were. So they had a fixed mindset. Not that person, not that one. That one we're leaving behind. And the thing that's powering Limitless Living, the thing that's powering you, the thing that's helping you in your metabolism to be able to make the decision. For example, those of you who just ended the fast today, and those of you who are starting the fast, the thing that allows us to make those decisions is the new us that we've built and that we've developed. Okay? And that's where we want that's where we want to go, and that's where we want to couch our we want to tie our rope to that star. And we want to go. Hey, Pam, I see you coming through. Hey, thanks for joining us. Pam is one of our community members that's there. If you see her comments there, it has the little circle with the green star. It means that she is a member of our community. And so as we're walking through Limitless Living and the Health Action Plan, I want to make sure that you understand that it is the power of you, the new you that you're creating, that drives this. So we can have all the education that we want. We can have all the data, all the theory, but that does not translate into the success without us, right? Without the us that we are creating. And so once again, I am now 24 hours into this fast as we move into the second leg of the fast for this week. Those of you who were with us, put a number 1 in the first day, number 2 if you're doing the second day, number 3 if you're doing the third day, and then a T if you're doing the entire fast with us as we move further into this week. Tonight we will be doing our check-in at 9 p.m. on Dwain Woode MD on the platform, so make sure you join us for that as we continue talking about how to do this process, or how to be successful in this process as we are writing our metabolism, getting the metabolism back into alignment so that we can be successful. If you have a suggestion for what I can use to end the fast coming up here after 72 hours, we'll do that on Friday as we do a complete walkthrough of fasting, talking about how do we get or we prepare for the fast, get into the fast and get successfully through it, and then of course how we break the fast. Go ahead and drop those in the comments. Send me a picture, send me a message, and it's just info@dwainwoodemd.com, info@dwainwoodemd.com, or you can hit me up on any of the social media platforms, and my handle is Dwain Woode MD. So you can find me if you Google, if you search, you'll find that as well on Instagram, on Twitch, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and of course here on YouTube. And just send me that, because I'd love to eat some of the things that you want me to eat. And remember, what we're doing is we're keeping the things that you're sending me in the balanced bites idea. So whole foods, minimized processing, no added sugar, lean protein, healthy fats, starchy, non-starchy vegetables, appropriate portion sizes, and it needs to be tasty and flavorful. Okay, so send me stuff that tastes good. Should I pause there? Should I say that again? Yes, send me stuff that tastes good. All right, because we want to make sure that we're enjoying that with you. As we move further into the week, we'll have, of course, we'll do check-ins tomorrow as we are working through the process. So we're 24 hours now, 48 hours tomorrow. We'll do our show tonight at 9 o'clock. Tomorrow night we'll do 9 o'clock again, and then on Friday we'll do our complete review of fasting. Saturday we'll have video from the vault, and then Sunday will be This Week in Review at 6 a.m. Central. Those of you who are going to be celebrating the holidays, maybe you're traveling, maybe it's that time of year where you and your family get together, or you're going to be going somewhere. Remember that limitless living on the go, limitless living says that we are not allowing anything to prevent us from doing what we need to do to be successful. And I want to pause there for a second, because often when we hear that, we only hear okay, I can't eat such and such. And I want to rephrase that in your mind. What limitless living says is that I am going to do everything that I can to be successful in the space I am. I'm presenting my best self, my best health, and my best plans. That does not mean that you go to mama's house, or you have a birthday and your 6-year-old, your 5-year-old makes you some crazy thing that 5-year-olds make. And you say to them, well, I can't eat that because it's not on my health plan. I can't eat that because I'm fasting today. I can't eat that because whatever reason, okay? So one of the things that we are so concentrating on, and when I say we, me, here in this place, is I want this to be practical. I want this to be something that you can do for the rest of your life. And if anything that we do takes you away from community, then the likelihood that you continue it is going to go down. Because we're built for community. And so if we have to make a decision between staying in community and being different, or just scrapping the thing that we're doing, right, whatever the plan is, we will scrap the plan to stay in community. Because the drive to be in community is so strong. And so whenever you are in the space where it's a decision between those two, I don't want there to be tension between those two things. And so I think I mentioned to you, I don't know now, probably years ago, at least a year, I know that, or a couple of years actually. I was getting ready to go come on to the show, Dwain Woode MD Live, and I was fasting, and so I was going to break the fast on the show, like we do, and because I had my food that I prepared and everything was there, and I was getting ready to go on the show, and just as I was getting ready to go in, I was probably about 20 minutes before, I was passing through the kitchen, and my son was trying a new recipe for lemonade. Yeah, right? And as I was going through, getting ready to go to finish up, getting ready to hit the go live, he said, "Daddy, this is the best lemonade that I've ever made. You gotta taste this." Okay? And in my head, right, there was this thing, right? There was this little back and forth. And I ended up saying to him, I said, "Hey, I'll have some in a minute." And I went on, I did the show, broke the fast on the show. And that has to be about 2 years now, 2 or 3 years. And that moment has stuck in my head, and it really has elucidated my concept to an extent. And were I to be in that situation again, I would have drank the lemonade. And so if you have seen me in this space talk about how we integrate what we do into our lives. This has to be practical. It has to be what we do on a daily basis. Now, you can choose for different reasons that you are sticking with the fast or sticking with the plan or sticking with the whatever it is. But remember that the plan is not something that's outside of you. It is not, okay, I'm eating this way, and then when this is done, I'll get back to the regular way. Or I'm fasting today, and when fasting is done, I'll get ready back to my regular way of eating. Or when the 100-day walk to consistency and health is done, I'm gonna get back to my regular life. Or when Dr. Woode finishes with the strength, strategy, and mindset, we'll move on to something that's regular. No, the plan that we have, this is life. Everything that we do is with the idea that it is now who we are. And there are things that are going to come that we just need to integrate into it. So, well, I can't eat that because I am, whatever the things are that we tell ourselves, right? But the person that we are, the person that we become is what's driving this thing. And the person that we are, the person that we become, when your kid makes that crazy looking pancake for your birthday that's doused in syrup, that has the eggs on top and the butter over it, and they string a piece of, I don't know, licorice across it. Guess what? I'm eating a piece of it because my kid took time to do that, and that is connection right there. Okay? Silly example, but you get the idea. And so what I want to encourage you is, as you are moving about, as you're going, and some of you are going to be celebrating here coming up a couple of days, and you're going to be with family. I want you to enjoy family. I want you to be mindful of where you are living a limitless life. We're always keeping that in mind, that that's where we are, but we are enjoying the community, enjoying the connection of what we're doing and with the people that we're with. Okay? All right. Well, so that's it, y'all. I am here. I am in the second day now of the fast. We're going to 72 hours. Kudos to those of you who fasted and you ended it here at 24 hours. Put a 1. For those of you who just started, hand clap, wow, balloons and streamers and noisemakers and confetti and all that stuff is going up for you right now, because you've just embarked on an amazing process that brings you metabolic benefit, emotional benefit, mental clarity, and it helps you to be successful. And those of you who are waiting till tomorrow, I look forward to you joining us in the space as we continue the fast into 72 hours. If you're watching us, if you've been kind of dabbling, if you've been kind of, I'm not quite sure what to do, come on, get with us. Let's do it. Let's do it together. This is a great space. This is a wonderful time to begin that process, because we are here. We are working together, and we are sharing with you the things that are going on in our lives, the things that are happening with us as we are fasting and as we're doing different things, okay? So this is our 72-hour fast that we do once a week. We are now in the second day, the second leg of that, as we head into 72 hours. We'll come back tonight and we'll do our check-in on Dwain Woode, MD, on the channel. Tomorrow we'll be here again checking in with you. And then tomorrow night we'll be on the channel at 9 o'clock. And then on Friday we will have our complete review of fasting as we move into the rest of the space. Hey, I'm glad that you're here. Thank you for joining me. Those of you out there, I saw Pam, I saw Steve. Thank you for coming through and sharing this with us. And all of you who may be watching, I know you're not putting your name. Comment every now and then. Let us know what's going on. And Pam says she's doing day three. Yeah. Looking forward to that, Pam. And join us as we move into the space. If you've not joined the community yet, there should be a button down there somewhere that says join, maybe on this side. that says join. Join us and come by as we work to help each other along this path. Hey, this is Dr. Dwain Woode. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. Here I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health and your life, avoid complications, and go to the next level. We're creating the life we've always wanted, and we are living limitless lives, which says that we're not allowing anything to prevent us from doing what we need to do. We're showing up with our best self, our best health, and our best plans. So now go live a limitless life, and we'll see you at our next episode. Bye-bye, everybody.